1997, during my second term as governor of Arizona, I witnessed a massive delta-shaped craft that silently navigated over North Phoenix.
Major sighting here.
A light appearing high in
strange lights. The sun was recorded by hundreds of people.
Owned by an unexplained circular light.
String of 9 lights.
Oh my God!
17 flights had to be diverted. The latest sighting happened just 2 days ago.
We have to have 15 million witnesses before anybody's going to look into the problem. Seriously?
This man claimed to have seen from his mountain rescue plane 9 disc-like objects. In the papers the next day, the world first saw the term flying saucer.
I've seen something. Hundreds of pilots have seen something. We have dutifully reported these things.
I grew up in Roswell, and I was in high school at the time of the so-called Roswell incident.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. The missile has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico.
It was not a weather balloon. They were just fragments strewn all over the area, an area about 3/4 of a mile long and several hundred feet wide.
So I was told that, yes, it was a real incident and there was a real spacecraft. Yes, it was a real incident and there was a real spacecraft.
In 1942, an unidentified object was seen hovering over the California coast. The event, called the Battle of Los Angeles, made headlines.
One of them hovered right over Santa Monica and Culver City. The Army started firing at this thing for about an hour.
We have received and analyzed between 1,000 and 2,000 reports.
On 2 weekends in 1952, UFOs were tracked by radar and seen by numerous individuals over Washington, D.C.
It alerted everybody right on up to the president and caused a national press conference to try to calm everybody down.
There's this big triangle object with 3 bright white lightnings.
Since the fall of 1989, several thousand people from all walks of life have reported that Belgium is being invaded from the skies.
Thousands of witnesses now, which can confirm that indeed they saw activities which cannot be related to terrestrial activities.
I saw something that defied logic and challenged my reality.
The Phoenix Lights, an object videotaped by many and seen by thousands over several nights in the Arizona sky in 1997. It was described by witnesses as larger than a football field and silent.
It was a giant V, all right? And the right side of the V went over us. The left side was like a couple blocks over.
And I suspect that unless the Defense Department proves us otherwise, that it was probably some form of an alien spacecraft. It was probably some form of an alien spacecraft.
I can't tell you how difficult it is to get people to go on television to talk about this.
He is an eminent psychiatrist. He's even won the Pulitzer Prize. Dr. Mack has studied about 100 patients who claim they have been abducted by aliens.
Hundreds of thousands of people have had very similar experiences. They don't know each other. They have nothing to gain by it. They feel ashamed about it. This was occurring in children as young as 2 or 3 years old. That ruled out personality explanations. It's associated with UFOs independently observed by witnesses. It's also associated with physical findings, and the people, when examined, are not psychiatrically disturbed. So the only thing that behaves like that is real experience. The only thing that behaves like that is real experience. Real experience. Real experience. Real experience.
I deal with all aspects of the flying saucer phenomenon.
You say there's no evidence. I say we got 4,000 physical trace cases. We got 3,000 pilot sightings. We have multiple witness radar visual sightings. What is it you want?
Over the last 43 years, I've given more than 700 presentations. All flying saucers are real. I cover 5 large-scale scientific studies that 98% of the people have never heard of. The evidence is overwhelming that planet Earth is being visited by intelligently controlled extraterrestrial spacecraft.
We are here today to disclose the truth. The men and women who are on this stage and the some 350 additional military intelligence witnesses can prove that we are not alone.
When I got out in 1989, we had cataloged 57 different species.
We can establish that technologies studies connected to UFO and extraterrestrial vehicles would solve the looming energy crisis definitively.
It's about midnight on the first day of 2008 when a string of 9 lights heading from east to west are spotted over San Diego.
A UFO in China's skies forced Zhoushan Airport to stop operations on July 7th.
Here in New York City, a sighting that had even jaded New Yorkers scratching their heads. A mysterious silver shiny object or objects floating in the sky.
It probably will not be long before you come across footage of a UFO in the skies over Jerusalem.
Critics, it's difficult for them to dismiss this because there are so many different angles. We've got 4 different videos showing this light above the Dome on the Rock.
Major sighting here.
We had cataloged 57 different species.
Hundreds of thousands of people have had very similar experiences.
Look at that.
There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on this little potato-shaped object that goes around Mars once in 7 hours. When people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there?
They saw strange lights. There was a strange bright light.
We saw the light.
I saw one, but I don't know what, it just disappeared.